I had this random idea to compare Omnigraffle and a CAD program I use called Chief Architect. And way back, I had Omnigraffle before I ever had Chief. I've always had AutoCAD. I learned that a long time ago, release 11 at Texas A&M, and that was painful back then. But I've used Omnigraffle to make some pretty cool diagrams. I haven't used it in a while, and I'll show you why. Let's go to shapes, plane shapes, or shadowed shapes. Let's take one of these. We'll call this guy the boss. And he doesn't have to be a square. He can be whatever. Copy. Paste. We're gonna. So you see what I did there? Copy paste. And I can actually move this. So this will be the VP. And then there'll be like a ops VP and whatever. So see how those lines line up? You can, what do they call, guides? Keep things in order. Another way to do copy paste is just hold down the option button. And then when you drag this, you get a bunch of information right there. So I'm lined up with the one above, and as I pull it down, now my spacing is equal too. So the three of these are now equally spaced. And we'll call this guy Ops Sergeant. Well, I'll just say Ops. All right, so you got this, you got second, and you got these guys. And then these guys might have one of these guys, one of these guys, and one of these guys. Yeah, this will have future op, current, and we'll just call this guy, oops, let's not be dyslexic. So here's kind of a simple little hierarchy chart. And then you grab the lines and you can, I think you can double click. Yeah, now it stays on. So now I can click here, drag to here, click here, drag to here, click here, drag to there, drag to there, drag to there. And once they're done like that, they're actually locked to the center of each symbol. See how that looks? And what that locking does is it just keeps it locked. Some of the things I don't like, I'll show you here. I don't like that when it's in the middle, as you move it left or right, see how it slides along the top? Now it's over here by the corner. It would be really cool as if it came up and came out and then did like a leader line, but it doesn't. But if that's okay with you, then I'm not sure how to get you know what I could do? Highlight this one, see where these dots are? Now it's centered that way and it's spaced correctly. And then I can grab this one, bring it, and it should space correctly. All right, so these are all evenly spaced vertically, and these two side ones are equally spaced along the middle here. And that looks pretty good, right? So if I want more control, then I can use a CAD program. I don't know how big my scale is right now. We're going to find out though. Wow, 60 feet. We don't need to be that big. The way to do this the best way is just to come in here and see that's already, you know what I'm going to do? while we're doing this, I'm going to set up my template to be correct because it shouldn't be going to 1/2 inch scale. I should be able to go, I wonder if I can do it here. Text, rich text, edit, should be 4.5. And appearance, do I want it to, yeah, sure, why not? So I'm looking at having a fill so that any text that's on top of something will have like the background white blocking it out. So now this one should be 2.2 1/4. Yeah, there you go. All right, so that's 2 1/4. This one's 4.5. 1/8 inch. This should be 9 inches. Yep. Okay. Okay. Done. And then I like to, that little X is 0, 0. And I've zoomed in a little bit. And so I should be able to go File, Template, Save as Template. And get rid of all these. And set template as that. So hang on just a second. I'm going to pause things. All right. I think we're still recording. I didn't need to share my whole Finder window with everybody, but so now if I start typing rich text, it should open to 4 point. Yeah, so there it is. Now my template's set correctly. And I'm going to go the boss and just center that and see how big that looks on the screen. Yeah, okay, so now I know I got to be about this big. And I'm going to draw a box around this, something like that. And we're going to round the edges. Let's see, what's it, 1.5, so we're going to set that to be 2 inches maybe. And then hit all of them. Boom. Boom. Look at that. All right. So now I'm going to go center. So I got a shortcut for that. And center, a shortcut for that. Boom. All right. So there's the boss. And then we're going to copy and place. Drag it down on random length. If I really wanted to. In fact, you know what? I will. I'll do this the right way. We're going to block this. Then if that's 1.517, so if I go, okay, let's go 24 inches on center. I'm going to, let's go 24. And then I'll go boom, boom. That's a little close. There's a tool to fix this. Come down here about yay far. Highlight all 3 of these, come down here. Space evenly in the vertical plane. Hey, you know what'd be cool is if in the space that they have here, they could run a arrowhead that's up and down, like an arrow. I mean, a line with arrows on both ends vertically, and then create a little space and have one going horizontally, just so that you can really easily. I mean, I've used it enough. I know that the bottom part is horizontal and the top part's vertical. But it would just be a cool little extra graphic just to get used to seeing. So there's the boss, and we're going to unblock these so we can actually edit the text. This is VP. This is Ops. I did copy. I just randomly did copy. And so now I'm going to redo that again. Watch this. Not moving it left or right. I'm just spacing evenly. And watch what happens. These two are going to move. So, oh, you know what? Yeah, you have to block these because it's going to read the text as its own thing. Now when we do this, we go, okay. And there we are. So I'm going to unblock these so we can edit them. So we got ops. And I think option, I don't know, does it? I don't know, I think it works. I'm hitting copy and paste in place. Actually, in reality, current would be the priority. Nobody cares what's going in the future if you aren't winning in the current. And okay, so now you can draw these lines, and I can put these lines wherever I want them. In fact, I could go down here, then across here. Let me see here. Let me actually. There's that. The shortcut for drawing a line is the letter L. That's the default. You can make it whatever you want, but it comes defaulted L. Makes a lot of sense. Need a line. That's how I would like that to look. And it's not always easy to get Omnigraffle to be just like that because it dynamically wants to adjust all the time. Let's try it. We're going to, whoops, come here, you. The nice thing is I can do this. In fact, I can do this. I can do this. We'll put future over there where they belong. Way far to the right. Okay, so now we're going to try and get rid of this. Get rid of this. Man, I need to zoom this in more. There we go. I'm going to take this, hit shift. I think shift makes it go straight. Yeah. And then I'm going to take another line. I'm going to take another line. There it goes. Oh, come on, man. See how it's really, what do you want to call that? Its ability to have any kind of angle is very limited. Like Chief is down to 7.5 degrees. And then I'm going to hold shift and do that. Oh, see, I let go of one before the other. All right, there. See, what I don't get is, all right, I want to go back to just the arrowhead, please. I need this to be more vertical. Not really sure. I can't tell if that. I think there's somewhere in here. Yeah, 0. See, I can't tell if that's that line that's 0. I don't know. Anyways, so let's do another line. We'll go from here straight up, but I can't tell if I'm straight, so I hit shift. Let go with the mouse, let go with shift. And we're going to do one more line from here to here. Hold shift to get it. Well, it's not really. That's kind of weird. So I don't know if these are. Now there's some cool features too. Like Uh, technically, you'd think the boss would be a two-way street, right? So, where does it have? There it is, line. And then the filled arrow on that end. So there you go. So the boss is typically a two-way street. That's cool. Well, they're all two-way streets, but say you had a tyrant, he would be like top down, pushing down, and then you would fail. But with Chief, I have a lot more. To me, it feels like I have a lot more control. You can do both, and this is just comparing like Chief's 2D function. I want to make sure that these are. There's that. I want to see the line thickness. Let's make it 25 and see how that looks. Oh, didn't get that guy. Oh, you know why? Because he's blocked. We need to unblock, and then I can go there. I said unblock. Thank you. Sometimes you'll think you clicked on something, and you haven't. So there you go. And either one of these can fill, like if the boss was, I don't know, this. And that's that background fill in the text when you double click it. That's this. Turn that off. Okay. Boom. So that's using a 2D CAD program. And we can do the same thing here, but he's going to be a different. Oops, I don't want to do that. He's going to be a different color. We're going to throw him in some moss. Moss for the boss. Okay, so there you go. That's Omnigraffle. And that's the boss. And in this instance right here, they look like they could compete. I think this line's a little thicker. So I'm going to fix that. We'll just call this. Yeah, and then we'll go back and see. Not too shabby. If you really wanted to, you could, I could bring the sides in, make this taller, whatever. They both can do the exact same thing. I just feel like the CAD program is way more accurate. If I was to add anything, I could lock all this. It won't go anywhere. It won't do anything. I'm sure you could probably lock this, but I've always had problems, and it ends up one of these little lines will be crooked, and you adjusted something, or this does a lot more automated features. But I think that originally the software didn't care about 90 degrees. It has a tool for this, but it is the most clunky kind of tool. What's it called? Orthogonal or something. Instead of drawing a single line, it'll draw a single line, and all of a sudden it'll angle perpendicular somewhere, and then it'll go back down and go in vertical. And it's made for connecting objects, but I've never really found it to be intuitive. So there you go. I think I don't want to ramble too long, but there you go. That's the difference between Omnigraffle, a company here in Seattle, and Chief Architect, a company out of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Yeah.